The U.S. has over 35,000 servicemen and women in the Gulf nations, giving us a rather robust military presence, and we have an important intelligence presence in the region as well, making our relations with these countries strategically important. What does the administration need to do in order to repair, to expand, to strengthen those relationships in order to ensure our national security interests are being best served, and also to strengthen our relationships with the GCC countries that want a closer relationship with us in the United States?
I think the United States has to better explain what it means to have these military forces and in the Gulf area, because the notion of using force, which is, after all, what a military is all about, seems to have been redefined by Washington, D.C. In recent years. It's not as if you have to go to war, but you have to at least give the impression you will actually use the military. And from a GCC perspective, while grateful for the U.S. military there, they're uncertain whether the strength of this military, the deterrence of this military, is recognized any longer by troublemakers such as Iran.
And I know that you have want to comment, but let me just give this question out. If the United States and the P5+1 reach an agreement with Iran that still allows Iran to enrich its own uranium, what does our relationship with the GCC countries look like the next day?
Well, I think several of the members on this panel have highlighted the potential risk of Saudi Arabia pursuing a nuclear weapon if they believe that Iran's nuclear program is not going to be suitably restricted. I think Mr. Henderson here was a little modest in that he didn't mention that he's personally been told by A.Q. Khan, the father of the Pakistani nuclear program, who also was linked to nuclear weapons information sharing and sales to several rogue countries, has visited Saudi Arabia dozens of times, so he claims. And I think the linkages between the Pakistani and Saudi military establishments, including in this arena, are extremely close and need to be a cause of concern. When it comes to the UAE's perspective, I think there will be considerable resentment about the fact that they signed an agreement foregoing the opportunity to enrich when Iran on the other side of the Gulf retains it. So I think it comes down to the fact that, as I think Congressman Schneider noted, and I noted in my written testimony, a bad deal is worse than no deal. Even
Thank you.
The administration.
Let me just go over here and we'll run out of time.
If I may for a moment, ma'am, I don't believe that a deal, a P5+1 deal with Tehran that allows them to have minimal enrichment, 10 to 12,000 centrifuges, a breakout time of 4 to 6 months is going to send the Saudis to Pakistan to acquire a nuclear weapon. I believe they would do that if Iran gets a nuclear weapon. They would respond in kind. But I also believe they know that the alternative, which is a limited military strike, is going to have unintended consequences across the region that are going to be far more dangerous to the well-being of the Gulf states than a deal which is verifiable and comprehensive with the Iranians.
Thank you so much, and I know that we have lots more to say, and there's 0 time remaining on the clock for our votes. Thank you, gentlemen, for excellent testimony. Thank you to all of our members and to the audience, and with that, the subcommittee is adjourned. Thank you.